Pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want. This time I won't take it to the heart. Cause I know we won't make it out. I've heard it all before. Yeah, tell me what you want. Let me hear that I'm the only one. You know that we won't make it out. We've heard it all before. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright, so let's move on. 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 Alright, so let's move on. We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again. Pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want. This time I won't take it to the heart. Cause I know we won't make it out. I've heard it all before.
There we go. Now I am live. My voice is live. You should be able to hear me across the interwebs. There are a couple of you joining us live. This is going to be a slightly different high five because this is not actually the high five, though I am using the high five graphics. We had a little snafu, a little scheduling, too many meetings being scheduled all at once. So Brian and Danny were not available. And so I said, hey, guys, we already put the link out. I know a few of you will jump in. Some of you actually read all the way down to the bottom of our emails. So let's do something live. And I'm going to jump in and do something that I've been preparing the last couple of weeks. It's not quite ready, but I'm just going to do the opening of a little presentation, kind of why you should be thinking about the Go Brand Yourself program. Now, you may have seen that. We've done an episode on that, specifically on what that looks like, both on 5 with Danny, a little short of why Danny thinks that's good. We've done it before on the High 5. We recently did it on Office Hours. But this will be my little take, and I'll give you a little promo at the end, something you can think about Go Brand Yourself. For those of you who are watching live, thank you so much. We will be doing a regular High 5 show on Thursday. All things hopefully work out. We're also, you should know, a new show starting every Thursday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 Mountain, 10:30 Pacific. To put your time zone in wherever you are watching this around the world, you can watch live. It's our reboot of POS Censored with Matt Proctor. We'll be doing POS things. We're starting out with an overview of POS Pros, but every week around 1:30 on Thursdays we'll be coming live. That's along with our noon show with Office Hours. And so that means we'll have 2 shows every Thursday. And this Thursday, we're going to have 3 shows because then after POS Censored, about 30 minutes after that, we're going to have a High 5. So make sure you're subscribing to this YouTube channel. Make sure you've rung that bell so you know when we're about to go live. And then you can get all of our content. You can watch it live or you can watch it afterwards. You can jump on through the comments however you want to. Thank you guys for joining us. So I am going to bring up my slides. I'll take that countdown off there that I was using earlier. And I just put a couple slides together really quickly. And these slides were really meant, aren't totally done, but are around the idea of Go Brand Yourself. And if you're not familiar with what Go Brand Yourself is, that is simply the fact that at PaperTech, you don't have to sell under the PaperTech banner. You don't have to sell under our name, our logo, anything. You can go and become XYZ Payment Services. Your applications will say that, your statements will say that, all your marketing that you create or we come alongside you will say that. And the only time they see any other brand is when they go to Payments Hub. But as soon as they log in, username and password, whether they're your sub partners or they are your merchants, they're going to immediately see your logo and all your colors on that website. It's just a great way for them to see one little touch point, one more touch point of who you are and what you believe. But we call it Go Brand Yourself, but that word brand, really what we're doing is we're allowing you to logo and use your marketing, your logo, your colors on all the sites, on the applications, and do that so everything, has your name on it. But that's not really just all that a brand is. A brand, actually, I put it this way. It is, I call it the brand equation. This is something that I need to put the trademark because I just got the trademark for this. But the brand equation is simply a simplified equation. It's 3 parts: the story, who you are, what you are, why you do it, the who, why, when, where of your business, plus the marketing, how you tell that story. That may be your logo, that may be your website, that may be a sell sheet or a slick that you put together, it may be a postcard, it may be a landing page, it may be a podcast, or any way you tell that story to your potential customer or your current customers. That is your marketing, together with your reputation, how others tell your story, what they're saying about you. In this world, that reputation is big. That is what makes up your brand, and that is the brand equation. And what we forget a lot of times is we focus so much on brand just being, our color. But that logo that you've put together, whether it's the PayProTech logo or XYZ Merchant Services or Payment Solutions or Jimmy's Fish Store, whatever it is, that brand, that logo represents a brand. It tells a story, and it has an emotional response that people put into it. And so when you start looking to be able to put the brand equation together, it's not, your brand isn't just, the fact that you can go brand yourself and put your logo on the top of your statements or on the top of every page that people do on applications. No, those are nice things. And that's something we can do now that you couldn't have done years ago. And as Brian Linke always says, it's like having a business in a box. But really, what we realize, the brand is the 3 pieces. It's the story of who you are, and that is something you have complete control of. The first 2 steps, you have complete control. The third part of the equation, you don't have complete control, but you have influence over. But I'm going to tell you 3 things. This is not a full, and I'm going to tell you how you can learn more about this afterwards. But the first part on the story is, a lot of times when we start talking our business story, we think, and listen to me closely, we think we're the hero. We're coming in with the cape. We're flying in to be the hero and save the merchant and help them, whatever their problem is. Now, the essence of a story and how people relate to stories in the most way is they want to see themselves as the hero. And that's why we tell the story often as we're the hero. I came in and I helped XYZ restaurant with their payment processing by helping save them hundreds of dollars. And they now are in edge processing, and they're now using a hot sauce that I was able to give them for free. And it's the statements I. When you're telling the story in a different way, it's simply XYZ restaurant has been in service for over 15 years, and they were having a problem. And their problem was that they were spending over $3,000 a month on credit card processing and using a point of sale that was breaking down regularly for them. And I was able to come alongside of them and alleviate some of those problems and see how that story changes. And so one of the key aspects of understanding the brand equation and fully using the really brand yourself campaign at PayProTech is being able to say, look, I'm going to start, and it's a change. It's taken me a long time, and it's time, and you'll hear me do this at PayProTech. In fact, when I present what PayProTech does, I don't talk about how PayProTech comes along and gives you, our sales partners, all these things. I present it like, hey, you have a business and a payments business, and we want to come alongside of you and help you and give you what you need to meet your goals, to grow your portfolio the way you want to. And we come piece by piece and help you do that. And that is what we're really trying to do. And we're not the hero of the story. And so in your payments business that you're putting together, the hero of your story is your merchant. And that story sometimes changes. It has different chapters. So when you're telling your story and you're expressing your story that is telling to restaurants versus what it's telling to law firms, though, to large wholesales, to retail, to e-commerce, to whoever you're working with, you have different chapters in your story, and how you present that story is different. And that a lot of times means simply that you just have to remember you're not the hero and they are, and you have to help think through how are they wanting their story tell, because they want to present themselves in the story. So that's just a really short aspect of this. I say it this way. This is a quote that I have written in the last couple of months. When you tell a story that has that a merchant wants to see themselves in, you will get the sale. When you're telling that story, that means they're hearing it. And it's not when I say story, you're not telling the story and writing it in a book and sending it to them and saying, hey guys, let's have story time. No, you're simply expressing through cold emails, through drip emails, through text messages, through the time you walk in the door and you leave a sell sheet, or the appointment that you set up with them. You're consistently talking to them in a way, helping them see themselves in the story that you're already walking alongside, and that you help understand what their story is and you bring yourselves into it. And so the greatest part of your story is not just, you don't exist unless your merchants exist. We don't exist unless our partners exist. We don't exist unless our partners exist with their merchants. And you don't exist unless your partners, merchants, and customers exist. And we just keep dropping and saying, look, we're here to be the backbone and the support of the next one down. And together, we're going to make sure that you see how you fit into this story and that you're the hero of the story, and we're just here to support you, and that will make a big difference. And so when they see that, I believe you'll get the sale. And a lot of times you do it accidentally. We do it because you're just really good salespeople. But when you are consistently focus on that, you're going to see yourselves being more and more successful time after time. Next, not only do we story, let me go back, one other quote there. When others talk about you the same way you talk about yourself, now that's a damn good brand, okay? So when others talk about you the same way, and now they have more ways, and I'll be honest, PaperTech doesn't do a great job, and that's why a lot of times I say, encourage you, sell under your own brand, put all your pieces together. But when they start telling you and telling others about you, and they say it the same way you do, and you have that congruency, that's when you have a damn good brand. That's when you have the most success. That's when you have that snowball effect and things keep growing and growing and growing. And so when you start putting this brand equation together, when you start taking the story of who you are, why you do it, and that passion of what makes your business and how you come alongside the merchants, and you take that and you mix it together with telling that story well through emails, through actual testimonials, and telling people and talking to people and getting on phone calls and walking indoors and helping them understand that you're going to come alongside of them and help them solve that problem that they're paying way too much in fees, help them solve that problem that they don't have services. And those problems may be different for each individual, may be different for each vertical, for each industry, but you help come alongside of them and you help them tell a story. There's so much more to this, but this is very simple. And then when you start seeing that not only the story you tell, but also the story they tell, both through, because that's another form of marketing, and that mixes together, that's when you have this brand that really continues to grow and continues to exponentially, see your goals surpassed. And that's what our goal is here at PaperTech, is to come alongside of you to help understand what your goals are and help you exceed those goals and help you get to that place. And that's part of the reason we've always had the Go Brand Yourself program. And the Go Brand Yourself program, again, is just simply that you come along PaperTech. It does have a cost to it. It's $5,000 one-time cost. That takes care of all the business side of things, that your logo appears on things in this payments business. And they don't have to say, what is PaperTech? I thought you were Smith Services, or I thought you were XYZ. Well, whatever that is, they don't have to, it doesn't change when they fill out their application to when they get their, statements to when they actually get the emails that come in. It comes from emails that are tied to your email and your brand and your domain. All those things are, but we also come alongside you. And this is what I'm encouraging you to do. If you're interested in talking more about this and thinking more about this and thinking about how you can use and develop your brand so that you go brand yourself as part of it, just go to my drift.me/Nate Manahan. And I would love to help you any way we can. So I literally put that together in the last 30 minutes, so that I talked for 11 minutes on something I put together 30 minutes ago. Not too bad, but that's just the beginning. So certainly please go back. I'll put it up on the screen one more time. Go to drift.me/Nate Manahan, schedule a call with me. I would love to talk with you if you're really interested in talking about the brand equation and how the Go Brand Yourself can help you grow your payments business. But also, come back later this week. On Thursday, we have 3 live shows. Noon, office hours with Mike and Jenny. Come join us. 1:30, the return of POS Uncensored. If you've been with Papertech, we had this show as one of our earlier shows. It's before, in fact, predates all of our current shows. We used to do it with Robert Kramer and Matt Proctor. Well, Matt Proctor is still with the family of businesses, and so he's going to join me. We're rebooting it, and POS Uncensored is coming back this Thursday, 1:30 Eastern, and then at 2:30 Eastern, we will have the high five. It'll just be right after that. I have to switch branding and go on, but it'll all be live right here on our YouTube channel. That's why it's so important. Hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell, make sure you get the notifications, make sure you're logged into your YouTube on your phone, on your mobile devices so you get the alerts. Might as well join us live when you can. Would love that. Again, but if you don't, you can. That's why we do it on YouTube. It's what I like. Immediately, it's available. Even those I know have jumped in afterwards, and a lot of times they jump in 15 minutes behind. You can rewind it right away and start from the beginning, or you can choose however you want to watch it. It's always available as soon as we're off. So on that, I'm going to close out. I thank you guys so much for just giving us a moment to be part of this and dealing with the fact that Brian and Danny couldn't make it because of schedule conflicts. But we're going to be live again. Don't worry. Love to see it. Drift.me/Nate Manahan. Thanks so much, and I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. We'll see you later. High five, everybody.